here with Ida LeBlanc, who's the General Secretary of the National Union of Domestic Employees of Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, Ida.
Hi.
Could you tell me a bit about domestic workers in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, domestic workers really are people who work in people's home, who cook, clean, and do other stuff around the home, taking care of the children and the elderly. But we also have men who do domestic work like chauffeurs, gardeners, watchmen, and handymen.
And what kind of conditions are these workers working under? How do their employers treat them?
Well, a lot of domestic workers complain that they are not being paid overtime pay. The order makes provision for sick leave, vacation leave, and even maternity leave. And there are so few labor inspectors, and the labor inspectors don't go to people's home.
What is your main message to the government of Trinidad and Tobago?
We are calling on the government to recognize domestic as workers under the Industrial Relations Act. And recently we have been calling on them to ratify the ILO Convention C-189. This convention is an international instrument, a convention by the ILO that spells out all the protection that domestic workers need. And really what the ILO is trying to do is to bring domestic workers up in line as all other workers. We want some real support. For example, in Trinidad and Tobago, when we go out there and we picket around the parliament, we want to see male trade unionists with us. We also want the feminist and academic women to speak out on domestic work. You know, because usually it's these women who hire domestic workers, and they take our jobs lightly because this work is primarily done by women, and they feel it's natural, something natural for women to do, but this is a skill.
So clearly gender is a very important issue when it comes to domestic workers.
Of course, this is a big gender issue, you know, and we need to deal with it because globally we are talking about gender equity, equality for women, and we need to start from the bottom up. Now we have a lot of migrant workers, you know. We have what we call the CSME, CARICOM Single Market Economy. Now domestic workers can move freely. What will happen is that no longer an employer can keep your passport. You know, when you have to get a work permit, they hold on to your passport and other exploitative measures that they take against domestic workers. That will be all gone. Dr. Keith Rowley, domestic workers should be recognized as workers under the Industrial Relations Act, and we want ratification of C-189, and we want it now.